And hey Black Cloaks, welcome back to a Grand Theft Auto Online video here on the channel. I'm Cassian, Black Cloak, as always. And we're going to be taking a look today at the Cayo Perico Heist. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm still really sick, so bear with me though. But I finally started getting some meds today, so hopefully I'll be feeling better soon. But this is basically going to be my first playthrough of this. I'm going to be trying to complete it solo. As you can see, I'm on the Madrazo files and got several options for some extra booty here, but as you can see, this was like hard enough. I skipped recording all the prep missions, but I might do a video at least on the ones that are necessary. I definitely recommend doing the disruption ones. That's going to be ones you definitely want to do, because it's going to make dealing with the guards and everything a hell of a lot easier. Because there's 3 of them you can do to disrupt air support, where you got to blow up like 10 buzzards in 10 minutes. Body armor, where you take out their body armor supplies. That one was simple, very, very easy. And then one where you got to go in and take out, disrupt their weapon supply to keep it from having access to heavy weaponry. It makes the guards a lot easier to deal with, especially because I was just rolling up in here with a AP pistol and a sniper rifle and some Molotov cocktails. And I think I only used the AP pistol actually, so this was interesting. Now, this is my second attempt at doing this, because I didn't the first attempt I was really frustrated and I got kind of flustered and I just didn't do well, and I had to get off here and start doing some other stuff. So I came back to it later after I got my errands done, and this one went a lot better. So as you can see here now, the approach that I'm using is with the submarine, the Kostraka, and then I'm doing the drainage pipe for the entry. And I skipped the opening cutscene here because I've already seen it, and it's just a long bunch of boring bullshit, although there's a pretty funny moment when Pavel, makes fun of Miguel Madrazo, and just your character just nods like, yeah, he's a dumbass. But anyway, so here we go. So this is the start of the heist finale here, and this is just me going solo. And I tried to do this kind of sneaky, like silent and sneaky style, but well, I'm not very good at that, so it didn't turn out that way. But I'm going to get through it here, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. And I'm not like an exceptional player at this at all. Okay, so we're approaching here underwater in the scuba gear, and what we're going to be doing first is using the cutting torch as another prep to cut through this grate here. And this torch comes in super handy too, because it also serves as a bolt cutter, so you don't have to bother scouting bolt cutters if you're doing this approach, because you can use the torch to cut through any of the chains on the gates. It doesn't get around needing keys for the gates in the compound, but any of the padlock gates and stuff like that, you can definitely slice through those. I'll show you that here in a minute. And you just got to hit these till the green goes away. At that point, they're cut through. You don't have to worry about seeing the burn marks going all the way across. As long as the green is gone, they're cut. Alright, so we're almost through the grate. And this is pretty easy too, because it gives you a good first checkpoint. As far as I can tell, the checkpoints you get in this are, you get the first checkpoint once you get inside the compound. You get the second one once you have the primary loot, you're outside of the compound. And then after that, that's about it. So there's only 2 checkpoints that I found in the whole mission. And maybe that's just due to the approach that I did, but I think this approach works really well because it's a very easy start, and you get a chance to go stealthy. You get a chance to get through this without getting spotted at all, but obviously I fucked that up. You're going to see here in a minute. I start out stealthy a little bit, and then it goes to shit pretty quickly. Alright, so I also bought the suppressors for my weapons, which was like an extra $5 grand in the setup, so it was worth it though. So you can see you can't actually drop these guys stealthy like, but my stealth rating's shit. So, and I've got a problem sometimes with patience. I kind of tend to rush things. So that's a good point. If you can scout and find disguises on the island apparently, and until you get into the compound, they'll actually let you get past the guards. But all the guards in the compound know each other, so they know you're not one of them. So the disguise won't work. Not on these guards. Not on his personal guards. And also a thing to note is you can't get at most of the secondary tanks in here, like gold and stuff like that, because it requires 2 people. So if you're going solo, you got to kind of go light, because you can also only carry so much loot in your bag. So you can't take like $5 million of loot out of here by yourself. It doesn't work like that. But I actually wound up doing pretty well out of this first heist, or this first run once I completed it. I was actually kind of happy with how it worked out by the end, so you'll see. So you see, I'm still trying to be sneaky here, but it's not. I mean, eventually I'll probably be able to get to where I can get most of the way through this before I trigger the alarm. But this is my first time through the heist, so. But of course, I'm typically more of a run and gun player anyway. Probably because from all the like years that I played survivals of this game back on the old gen, back on PS3. Well, I guess PS4 is old gen now, but see, I fucked up here because I got in their. Yeah, when I jumped over that thing, I got their code of vision. I could have been sneakier about that. If I'd have come around or skirted the edge of that thing just a little bit more, I could have gotten a lot further with stealth. But at this point, it's just fucking go time. And once you trigger the alarm and you die, that's it. You don't get another shot at stealth after you die, unless you restart. Oh, and he's right too, because after you get the loot, if you try to dive off the cliffs into the water just to swim because you're wearing scuba gear, it doesn't work. You die instantly. It's like you break your neck on the rocks under the water. So Pavel's not lying. He's a good dude. He's taking care of you there. Which he's probably one of my favorite NPCs they've ever added to this game. So far, he's freaking out. I like Pavel. He's funny. Crazy Russian bastard. Okay, so yeah, now here I'm being a little smarter. I'm taking cover, and before this, and I cut out the footage of me doing it because this just happened to wind out that I hit the record after the fact button, as I call it. So I started playing a little smarter here, using cover, and you know, making sure I keep up on my stacks and body armor. Because I had so many failed attempts at this, I literally had no armor, no stacks, and there was no way I was going to complete this without them. Because you have to tank some damage. You just have to tank some damage with stacks. There's no way around it. If you go hot like this, once everything pops off, you're just not going to be able to get all the way up to the north, out of the compound. Because I didn't have an exit on the south end of the island, so I had to go all the way from the compound on the south to the north. Okay, so there I think I picked up the key. Yeah, now see, there's a case in point for the part of the for the disruption preps, which you'll see that when you guys get into playing this yourself in the sub. Is when you disrupt their, because that guy there is a full-on juggernaut. He's wearing like the juggernaut armor, like the ballistic armor. If you don't do the disruption prep, that guy is not just got a minigun, he's got the ballistic armor. So he is, you gotta torch him or blow him up or something, and you don't get to take your own weapons into this heist. It's kind of like, I think, the casino heist, like where you have to set up your own things. Now that was stupid. I should have actually I should have shot that guy, but I just got kind of greedy as just took off running. So you're about to see the first of a couple of restarts here, because I didn't get through this in just one fell swoop. I did have to restart. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm still really sick, so. But I wanted to get a video up on this at some point while it's recent. I don't want to be too late to the party. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do. And make sure to drop a like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Hope you can learn from my mistakes here. So I think this could go smoother, but I mean, this was, I think if I hadn't done all the preps that I did, that I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did as well. I wouldn't have gotten this done solo, like, because I also disrupted the air cover, so there's no buzzards flying around trying to kill my ass. There's no, like, the guys don't have heavy weaponry. They don't have, like, heavy machine guns, and they're not wearing body armor. Because I think if you don't do the disruption prep for the armor, all the guys are wearing body armor. Like vest. Oh, this guy was on my 6. I caught him. He thought he was going to catch me slipping, but... I was paying better attention to after I calmed down from my initial frustration at failing this so many times. In fact, the last time I accidentally, instead of hitting restart, I hit the exit button and had to start the finale all over. So yeah, I was like, I took a break, because sometimes you get too frustrated and you just keep making mistakes and not thinking clearly, so you gotta just take a break and come back to it later. Okay, so now I'm finally going up the stairs to toward Madrazo's office to get to break in and get the files. So I know from the times I've done it before, there's a guy up here around the staircase. There's one guard in front of the office. Drop him, and keep in mind these dudes drop ammo too, so you do have the opportunity to re-up your ammo. There's a safe over here too, which is what's coming around. That twigged onto it, so here we go. I also picked up a regular pistol. Okay, so the fingerprint cloner. Now this thing right here threw me for a loop for a minute, but like I had some practice at it from the previous attempt. So basically, well, okay, so one good thing is once you get into his office here, I don't believe that any guards come in here after you, even if the alarm's tripped. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. That was horrible, but like some of the print scans are going to be, some of the sections are already going to be correct. And what you want to do is build off of that and match it up. To the right, you want to be try to get it as close as possible. And sometimes you get within like 1, and at that point you can just brute force it. Once you get to 1 or 2, most of them are correct except for 1 or 2. You can pretty well brute force it once you have at least one of those other ones matched up. Which I'm going to get this one on the top sorted out and then come back down to the other one that's wrong here and just brute force it until I get through it. And you want to do it before the scrambler kicks in, because notice I'm just looking for the patterns mainly in the middle section of each one, because I'm looking at it as like a left section, a middle section, and a right section. And I'm looking at the ones in the middle, try to match those up, the patterns. So most of them you can get pretty quickly and easily, but you know, you might just have to, by the time you get to the top, working from the bottom up, because usually the bottom ones are the ones already correct. Usually you could just brute force it just by going through, but this isn't terribly complicated. It's easier to do it than it is to explain it, because once you get in and start actually doing it, you'll get it figured out pretty quickly. Because this is the thing that really worried me, that I thought would throw me off, I'd never get through, is figured out this fingerprint puzzle, but it's not that hard. As you're going to see me get through this pretty quick. Yeah, see, there you go. All 3 of them done. Less than half the allotted time, so. It's kind of weird doing a heist without Lester involved, though. But I like Pavel. Alright, so check it out. So here's where, as I say, you don't need bolt cutters if you got the cutting torch. I'm pretty sure I'm always going to use the drainage tunnel entrance. I mean, the halo jump and other stuff might be cool to do just for shits and giggles, but because I've got some of those scouted, but I like the submarine approach because there's only one setup for that you got to do, which is steal the sonar jammer and then get the cutting torch for the drainage tunnel, and then you got the torch for the rest of the heist. So that lets you cut into a lot of other lockups too that are solo, like the cash or weed. And it doesn't matter if you go left or right, up or down on this, as long as you get the numbers right on the safe. So I got the memo spike, the dead drop spike with the Madrazo files in them, and now I'm coming out here. Now in the vault you can run into these, you can run into guards, but not in the office. So we're gonna do another fingerprint hack here. Not terrible. No, you can come around the other side into this from outside here if you got the key for the other gate. You could actually come around this side too and not have to deal with the office at all. But the safe in the office makes it worth it because you get some extra stuff in there. It takes up no room in your bag either. You just get the cash as part of your take. Because you see I'm already at 1.174 billion, so so look at that real quick, like 35 seconds. Done. Like that was an easy one, there was just one print. And then this dude's rolling up in here, so I'm just gonna whack him in the head. There you go. Pistol whip, fool. So my goal at this point is basically just to get out of the door. I mean, at this point, I just want to get out of the door, so I got that checkpoint. I don't want to have to fight my way back through this fucking compound again. Because you got a lot more wiggle room once you get out of the compound, and you can start... Yeah, so here's the key. Luckily, I picked up a key off one of the guards. So I'm going to be checking the map here to make sure which way I need to go for the main exit. I just haven't figured out yet. I got it. There we go. So, looking for the main gate. I'm trying to figure out which way I need to go. So at this point, I'm just going to fucking just kill everything in front of me. Try to, anyway. Because dying at this point is, and having to restart is a nightmare. Because you've gotten this far and you just do not want to have to try and deal with that. And by the way, I did run into it, but apparently during this heist, the panther is out of its cage and running around the island. So you can apparently get attacked by his panther at some point. I haven't done it didn't happen to me, but I have seen reports of that. Because there's a point where you're going through the jungle on the island that Pavel says, you know, not to alarm you, but I think there's something out there, and it's, I believe that's the panther. It can attack you. Okay, so I'm trying to shoot through the gate. It's not working so well. I'm trying to keep my stacks up, but I can't open the gate with them open, with the menu open. So I'm just gonna go over here and get cover on the wall. There we go. Not the tree. You fucking idiot. Talking about myself. I think the next time I do this, I'm gonna come in with a carbine rifle. The suppressed. I think I would do better with that. It's going to do a lot better at range, try to take out these guards. Oh, I'm getting shot from the side. Notice that. So there's two guys over here. So I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here. There we go. Go pick up their ammo. Yeah, I'm almost out of ammunition. Okay, so you've got to hit the button here to accept this escape route. Now you're going to see some frame lag here too. That's some of the issue with performance with the game itself. This was doing it when I played. That lag there was not for the recording. That was actually for the gameplay. Because this island is not optimized at all. I mean, it's worse on PC. I've seen people, I've seen other YouTubers like bitching about it, and they're right. But luckily for PS4, it's not so bad. It's actually, I mean, I think they kept it toned down enough to where it's pretty functional. So, okay, so there's a checkpoint here. So if I die now, it's not a big deal. Not as big of a deal. Because I'll restart right here at the island. Or right here at the gate. And notice I'm almost out of ammo because I've had to shoot my way through that whole compound. So I'm taking the Jeep here. Not the best move. You really want the dirt bike, the motorcycle. Because it's a lot faster. You can squeeze through the checkpoints. You can just shoot right through them. And you gotta be conscious of the fences. You can't. It's not just an open jungle where you could run through. The fences like kind of corral you and keep you going toward the. So I'm using the stacks again, taking the damage. Now see this here. This is where I fucked up because see. I'm still trying to, like, I'm trying to ram through this, but I can't get enough speed with this shitty Jeep to ram him out of the way. So, I'm gonna, like, shoot this guy off his motorcycle and take it, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, there we go, dead. So, that was the end of that run. But I was out of ammo anyway, so it didn't matter. Like, I was gonna be down to using my sniper rifle. Not the best of situations for me. So this is like, what, 2 restarts maybe? Because I know there was wood, and then I think this is the second wood. Or was that the only restart? I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I mean this isn't so bad though because I'm going to be like refilled on ammo. Like I'm going to be back up to 500 rounds for my. So go ahead and put on body armor here. Because I know, if all the times I've done this, that there's going to be these 2 assholes in the Jeep and then this guy on the motorcycle. And then Pavel, he moves the sub around it because I took the sub as my exit point. Because I knew I was going in scuba gear, so I knew I could swim. Once I got into the northern part of the map, I could swim to the, toward the exit. Once I got in the water, I knew I was home free because I could go so deep in the water they can't get to me. So right here, I'm just brute forcing my way through. Took that guy out with the gate rail. So, and you got to watch out for the bushes and the trees here. These bushes are like brick walls, man. They can really fuck you up. But I'm taking a couple of. So try not to barrel too quickly. See how when I ran into that shrubbery there, that bush, it stopped me dead cold. If you're going like literally any faster than I was there, it'll take you off the bike. And now we got Madrazo flying around in his attack helicopter trying to shoot us. And they will, like, I mean, shoot out your tires. I'm pretty sure one of my tires is gone already. But this bike is actually pretty well, handles pretty well with only 1 tire, surprisingly. But I actually got really lucky here shooting through these checkpoints. I was able to just plow through it with enough speed to still break the arm of the crossing gate, so I was able to get through. I pretty much knew about where I needed to go because I wanted to go up here because I did scout a weed lockup up here when I was doing the scope out. So I wanted to get up here and get this weed in my loot bag to get a little bit more money out of this, because especially after all the effort I put into it. So over here is the weed lockup. So I'm going to come over here and fight my way through this thing. And you got to be careful too, because more of these guards will come for you while you're trying to break into this. So you got to shoot your way through here, or at least that's what I wound up having to do. I mean, if you're lucky and found a disguise when you were scoping it out, and you didn't fuck up the stealth like I did on that approach, go ahead and get this. But I wanted to also make sure I didn't try to get this till the end, because I knew I was going to be getting shot a lot, because, you know, I just wasn't going to be able to stealth all the way through this. I tried to get as far as I could, but I didn't want him shooting at my loot bag and taking away my the value of my loot as much. So, and now before I break into this thing and start trying to take the drugs, I'm going to make sure to kill all the guards that are spawning out here to give me some time. Yeah, see, this guy's like right there. And I also went in at night. That's another thing too, because I didn't want the guards to be able to see as far. I want them having to, you know, I want a lot more leeway with the stealth, like being able to get around them. So now I'm going to come in here and start looting the weed. That's what this is pot. So we're taking that. And there's 2 tables of it in here. But I noticed that there's, yeah, I think I got time to, nope, I need to go out here. Nope, they're still shooting at me. And I noticed I can't shoot through this grating. Oh wait, yeah, I could. Yeah, that's right, I blew up that thing, okay. So I bought some more time here to keep going after this. And I actually had sniper support and recon drones, but I didn't wind up actually needing it because I never went to the tower to take out the air support because I used the drainage approach, so I paid for that and didn't really need it, but that's okay. I didn't mind having it as an option if I wanted to. But I would have to go all the way over here to the air control tower on the other side of the airfield and take out the power there, like shut it down. So I wasn't trying to deal with that. I would just try to get the hell out of here because, I mean, I have like about almost 1.5 million bucks in my bag, so I'm not trying to stick around here longer than I have to. I'm just lighting this guy up over here. Still getting plenty of RP too for killing these guys. So they got, oh, and thankfully this guy shows up on a motorcycle. That was like the best thing that could have happened right there. Even with El Rubio shooting at my ass with the helicopter. Like I said, not exactly John Wick in this shit, but you know, well, I mean, John Wick takes a beating in every movie, but still, it's I got through it. So I'm headed toward the submarine here. Now, basically, I'm just going on a flat-out bird to try and get to the water, because I'm right here. So I'm like a a halfback that spotted a hole in the line, and I'm bound for glory in the end zone, man. I'm just going for it. So don't want to go off a cliff, but I could definitely go into the water here. So I'm just gonna take the bike straight into the water. I'm like, fuck it, just get me out of here. So at this point, I'm in the water. I'm in my scuba gear, and I'm pretty much home free. I just gotta swim to the sub. And like Pavel says, there's attack boats, but it doesn't matter because I'm under the water. They can't see me because I'm so deep under the water in the black scuba gear. Like, I wish I could turn that scuba light off, but it doesn't matter. And then I happen to notice I'm holding a knife for some reason, so I think I hit the button just to see if that's a knife or the cutting torch that I would still have out for whatever reason. But nope. Which, I have more room in my loot bag, but I wasn't about to go plow back through that island, just try to find some more shit. Because I don't think I had anything else I could get to scoped out. I think there was some money maybe back there on the other side of the airfield, but I wasn't about to try fighting through more of that shit. I was tired of trying this.
You know what would make this situation worse? Enemy helicopters. I bet you're glad you destroyed those buzzers now, yeah?
Fucking A, Pavel. You're damn right I am, buddy. Pavel is not lying, man. I am glad that I took those things down.
Looks like Mr. Rubio is heading back toward land.
Yeah, once he does that, that's pretty much it. So I just had to basically wait for it to register that I was at the sub. I kept trying to get into the moon pool from the bottom, but it just wasn't working. So I'm just going to go back up here. Now, there we go. And there you go. Solo completion. So yes, this heist can be completed solo, even if you fuck up the stealthy approach. You just gotta really, really be on your game.
Hold it right there. Okay, you're good to go.
Hey, you made it. Hope everything went to plan. Mr. Madrazo only got back from the club a few hours ago. I probably set a new record for overtime. Yeah, we're good here.
Look at this. The perfect end to a party. The survivors. We've been going pretty hard, huh?
It's been emotional.
Why don't you sit down and stop making a fool of yourself, Evan?
I don't even know.
Yeah, Evan, you douche.
Put a week together in Tulum, asshole.
Come on, let's go sit over here.
Fuck.
Come, sit. So, success? Thank fuck. Excellent. Fucking wait till my dad hears about this. Hey, Dad. Yeah, no, this'll be quick. Just wanted to let you know that Strickler thing, the files. Yeah, I did it. No, they're in my hand. Took care of it. It's done. Yes. So you know what? I was thinking that maybe you and I could sit down again and talk about that crypto deal, or that condo project that I mentioned. Remember, Dad? Dad, hello. The service here, it's just fucking third world, you know?
You almost feel bad for him.
Where were we? Yes, payment.
Right.
Give them money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now that you know the drill, I say keep hitting that son of a bitch. He's always dropping money on flashy shit, trying to flex like some big man. Clean him the fuck out. You could bring anything to Jorge here. He'll fence it for you, no questions asked.
You got it.
El Rubio's recurring fucking nightmare. I love it. I don't even know if I want to look at these.
Excuse me.
No. Ugh.
What can I get you? Some fresh OJ? Coconut water?
Oh, no, thanks. Really don't want to go, but
No.
life.
Shit! Fuck.
I love you guys so much.
You're hardcore, Mrs. M.
Wild night.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do it
miss
again
you.
sometime.
Bye.
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 Darling, so what is it?
It's nothing now. Nothing at all. It's over.
Thank
This
you.
is my favorite part of the whole thing, actually.
Come on. The least we can do is offer you some champagne.
Notice that picture?
I need to sleep.
That's Trevor and Mrs. Madrazo. That's Patricia for the story mode. Wow. There we go. And yeah, that's not so much for a solo player, but still 1.4 million. I'll take it. I don't know where that extra dollar went there, but whatever. Rank 246. And tequila shots with Mini Madrazo. Madrazo 2.0. Miguel, whatever his name is. Yeah. So there you go, Black Cloaks. That's the Cayo Perico Heist. Solo heist, the first one they've ever put in the game. And I think that this is going to actually make us all a lot of money in this game. This is definitely an option for something to do. Besides just grinding the same old businesses and shit. So I really enjoyed that actually once I got through it. So thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.